It's never a waste of time to make time for the truth. A moment spent listening and paying attention to the truth can change your life. So let's take a moment for the truth. Psalms 119:44 says, "So I will keep your law continually, forever and ever." Commitment and loyalty springs out of a proven trust. The response recorded in this verse is the first of several responses that we find in verses 44 through 48. The psalmist in verses 41 through 43 had asked the Lord for his covenant love based on his word. He wanted to have the truth of God as a defense for anyone who would taunt his faith in God. He then asked that his testimony, the testimony of God, not be withheld from his mouth. These are all requests that the Lord gladly desires to provide. And based on such prayers, the psalmist responds. He begins with a lasting commitment. As one writer put it, nothing more effectively binds a man to the way of the Lord than the experience of the truth of his word embodied in the form of his mercies and deliverances. What that means is that the faithfulness of God has opened his mouth against the adversaries of God. It has knitted his heart and life to the God who has delivered him. This is the foundation for the declared response of this verse. It says, "I will keep your law continually." What does the writer mean by these words? Well, this speaks of his guarding, protecting, and obeying the law of God. The Lord has proven his word and promises are true. What better ground or truth could there be that put us to stake your life on than this? This is the rock foundation that is better than any other. But he says more. He said that he would keep it, guard it, and obey it continually. This speaks of applied diligence or perpetual vigilance. And then he elaborates his commitment in terms of time. He says, forever and ever. This phrase comes from just two words. The first speaks of a point out of sight, a vanishing point. The second word speaks of a lofty boast that extends all the way out into eternity. I mean, how could he make such a statement? I mean, who could make such a commitment? Certainly not a mortal man on their own. No doubt, this is the writer's desire, and it should be for any of us redeemed by God's mercy. Surely, that commitment would have times of failure or lapsed, unguarded moments. This is where the certainty of the eternal Lord appears in the picture. You see, we desire to dwell in the mercies of his presence, but it is his promised love which secures it. We desire to be ever faithful, but it is his true and faithful promises which safeguards his mercy to you and to me. Who is like our God? His mercies are ever new. Seeing this and knowing this moves us to commitment over and over again. Let us guard his truth in our hearts and in our lives. Today, it will only take a moment, but it will be a moment that will matter. Thanks for watching and listening to Truth Matters Moment. Also, don't forget to look for our weekly podcast called Truth Matters. It comes out every Wednesday. Catch you later.